This collective is the silent glue that keeps a lot of groups, situations, and things in check. And there is a need and an emphasis to recognize your worth, to exemplify your worth, to put more value in your work, in your time, in your effort. I was sitting here and I was receiving tons of messages from Spirit all at once. And I feel like sometimes that's what goes on with you too. You feel like you have a lot on your plate. You feel like you have a lot of things to do. And as I was receiving this download, I looked up and there's this green tractor across the field from me who is mowing the lawn. And I just kept staring at it for a good minute. And I was like, Spirit, why are you having me look at the tractor? Like, we're trying to channel some messages. What is the significance of this tractor? And it's the silent glue. You know, you look at this field and unless you're actually watching someone mow it, you're not going to really know that it gets mowed. You're not going to really understand like, oh, someone goes out there and they take some time and they put effort into making sure that this looks clean, this looks maintained. The time when you do realize it is when it doesn't get done. Okay? So despite the fact that you might not be getting the praise that you want, or your work, your effort is not necessarily recognized and appreciated at this time, it is the glue that holds it all together. Without you, it's going to be really noticed just how important and imperative that you held the groups together. And again, this is social dynamics, this is friend groups, this is job careers, this is the whole 9 yards. Even though you're probably likely not the loudest person in these groups, you're likely not the leader, without you, everything crumbles. And I think the reason Spirit is coming through and saying we need to understand our worth more is because, again, it's not always seen. It's not always felt. It's not always understood. But again, as soon as it is removed, that is when it's felt. And so even though you can't always, you know, some of you, we need to get rid of these groups entirely is what I'm hearing. But I want to get messages from Spirit and just see what's going on. But there needs to be more, like, I feel like you've honestly gotten to a point where you've diminished the work that you've done. You kind of have gotten to a phase of, oh, maybe what I do, like, you just kind of expect it. We have the Chariot in the reversal, the Empress in the reversal, and the King of Wands in the cross position. This isn't leading you to the life that you want. This isn't allowing you to be in a receiving energy. This isn't putting energy to good use. Okay? Because the Empress, while she doesn't do things for the recognition, for the accomplishments, for the praise, you bet your ass she gets it. You bet that she is recognized for her compassion, that she is recognized for showing up. And none of these groups or none of these situations or this particular group or situation has clearly shown to you that they don't see your work. They don't see your effort. They don't see or feel your contribution, despite yours literally being the glue that maintains it. And I feel like these people kind of like, in a way, you know that you're the glue. In a way, you know that if you were to leave, pieces of the puzzle would be left unsolved. Things would be left in a little bit of chaos. And I feel that you feel for them. You don't want to put people in murky situations. You don't want to hurt people. But guess what? They never had any care or attention to you, despite you being the leader, the silent leader, the leader who leads not because he or she wants recognition, because he or she wants the title, but because leadership is innate in you. The Five of Cups, I understand that, yes, this could be like, again, a friend group, a job. There's a little bit of disappointment in understanding that these things and these people weren't for us. But the thing with the Five of Cups that I always mention to my collectives is we have 2 cups that are left unspilled. Instead of crying and mourning and being upset over this, how about we look at what we have? And it's behind us too. You know, it's not often portrayed as something we can just visualize right in front of us. We have to go look in different directions. We have to go explore. We have to give it time. But these groups and these friends are not serving your best interest. And you deserve a group and people who see that unseen labor, who see the lengths that you go in to put in work to maintain the relationships, to streamline communication, all of those little things that you do for these groups and these people. You deserve the recognition off the bat because you do a lot for people. And while it might not be the main leader where you have, again, all of these responsibilities that are clearly seen within the group, you leave, the group crumbles. People are left scrambling, and it's like you did your job in silence. These people are going to have to figure out what your job was, how to do it, Do you get what I'm saying? There's a lot more functionality within you that you need to give yourself credit for. And I know it's so hard to start over with friend groups, to start over in relationships, to start over in careers. I get it. I get it. But for the love of God, how can you ever give yourself the self-respect that you want when you're surrounded by people who don't? You can still have it. You can still find it. You can still utilize it and wear it. But why would you even want to put yourself in those circumstances? Why would you want to be the silent glue that keeps everything together and you never get recognized? Is it because you were told it's selfish to get recognized? Are you told it's because that's what your job is? Your job is to be the silent helper, to uplift everyone else. Who's uplifting you? Who's helping you? It is not selfish to want and to require the people around you to give the same energy, to give the same attention, and to give the same love that you give them. If anyone has a problem with it, if anyone is seeing like, oh, you're asking for too much, you're giving them too much then. This is the season and this is the time where we are matching energies. Okay? And yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow to maybe realize some of our friends aren't as good as friends as we thought. Again, we can either cry about it, we can either be upset about what we don't have, what we did lose, or we can turn around and we can see the things that were meant to be with us all along. Okay? I love you guys so much. I just want to see what else is coming out here, because it's like, just because your labor is silent, just because it's not seen, doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve recognition, that it doesn't deserve praise. Literally the Emperor and the Four of Wands. You do deserve recognition. You do deserve appreciation. You deserve compliments. And I just feel like those groups and those situations in which you're currently at don't even do that for you. Don't even show up for you in a quarter of the ways that you show up for all of them. Collectively, they can't as a group band together to give you 25% of what you give every single person. Start looking at that and start being a little bit annoyed, being a little bit ashamed that you're around those people. Start solidifying that you do deserve better and you should be around people who care more. Because once you start to solidify that, you're going to start to actually implement it in the 3D, and you are going to leave that situation. You are going to leave that job. You are going to leave that group. And I promise you, you're going to find better. You're going to find people who recognize you. You're going to find people who praise you, who celebrate you, who don't see your wins as threats and targets to their ego, but rather they celebrate with you. Because I feel like this collective, you guys have been so quiet and in the shadows for so many groups for so long, yet you have so much wisdom. You have so much to say. You rarely, I'm hearing, ever get yourself in a problem, in a pickle. And when you do, the problem-solving skills in which you have allow you to get out of it so fast. Yet you have subjected yourself to being a fly on the wall and being the shadow friend, being the quiet friend, being the shy friend. That's not your role. Your role is to teach others. Your role, again, that leadership that resides within you, it's not saying we have to all of a sudden change our personality and be loud and bold, but start bringing that to the surface more. Start understanding that, yes, I am a leader. I am good at what I do. I am good at leading people. I am good at managing tasks. And the Eight of Pentacles. Start recognizing all of the work that you've put in. It doesn't matter if it's not laborious in terms of you're on your feet. It doesn't matter if it's free. It doesn't matter if it's something that you enjoy doing. It doesn't matter if it's something that you've been doing for 5 years every single Monday. You should still be getting the recognition that you deserve for showing up continuously. If anything, doing something every single week for 5 years straight, you shouldn't be getting less recognition. If anything, you should be getting more. And I'm getting very angry, and it's not at you. I want you guys to know that. It's just simply at the ways that you have been treated. It's the ways that you have surrounded yourself with people who don't give you 10% of what you deserve. And you need to start being selfish with that. You need to start cutting off people who don't give you what you deserve, who don't match energies. Again, it's the season of matching people's energy. So if people are half-assing it, if people are giving you half energy, give it half back. You don't need to prove your love, your kindness. You've already proven that throughout your entire life. Now is not a time of charity. Now is not a time of giving out others to prove to the universe that we're a kind person. The universe already knows. They need you to be a kind person to yourself. They need you to put respect on you as the utmost priority right now. Okay? I love you guys so much.